Okay, so I'm going to do one quick video a day or whichever and just kind of maybe cover on what I ran into today. So for today, number one, I'm just going to go ahead and start out with what is hospice care. For those of you that are just coming into this, hospice care is for patients that are dying, yes, but the patient does not have to be dying right now. They do not have to be dying within 6 months for us to take them on board, and we do not help them to die. We help them to die with dignity, but we do not hasten death. So, what hospice is it is for patients that have a terminal diagnosis that, if left untreated, would result in a lifespan of less than 6 months. What that means in layman's terms is that if you have a diagnosis that cannot be cured, without a heart transplant, lung transplant, some kind of organ transplant, chemo, radiation, some things just can't be cured. But that is a terminal diagnosis, the definition of that cannot be cured, and that if was left alone and untreated, the normal progression would be 6 months. We do not leave you untreated. That just means that if you take this patient based on everything that we have, their history and physical, their doctor's notes, everything, that if we took them off all their meds, we stopped the doctor's visits, they didn't go to the hospital, they didn't have caregivers, their disease was just left to do its thing, they would not make it to 6 months. And there are specific qualifications that go under that. So, and they have gotten stricter over time because we are living longer. So, the dementia, when I first started, it was a brand new diagnosis, but now people are living with dementia a lot longer. And so there is a little bit more boxes to check in order to come on with that diagnosis. Even cancer patients are living longer. So used to, if you had cancer, you were eligible no matter what until you died. But now, if you have cancer and it levels out and you are not declining, let's say patient gains a bunch of weight, they're doing really well, then Medicare wants us to look to take you off, and it is covered by Medicare. We follow Medicare regulations. Medicare pays for obviously the majority of our patients. It pays 100%. It saves them money. Their people are not going to the hospital. They're not going to the doctors, getting all these tests, all of these labs and things that are very expensive, and they're getting to die at home. And that in itself is such a gift and such a blessing that people are able to do that. So you get to die at home, in your home, with your family. Hospice has a lot of misconceptions. I'm going to tell you really quick a few that it is not. Hospice does not provide 24-hour caregivers. They're not going to put somebody in your home. Medicare has not approved that yet, not for Georgia anyway. So, we have a nurse that comes in. Usually it's 2 times a week for 45 minutes to an hour. We have aides if you need one. We usually start them out 3 times a week, 45 minutes. They come in, they help with bathing. But we are not there to take place of the caregiver. We are there as a support. So a patient does have to have a primary caregiver, whether that be in the home with a family member, loved one, facility, whichever. So we are just there to, we're bringing the doctor's office to the patient. So we are the eyes and ears of the doctor, and we go in and do assessments regularly. And of course, there's checks and balances. So misconception, huge misconception. Hospice does not provide in-home sitters. Medicare has not approved that yet. I don't see it happening anytime soon. Many people, and it seems many more, are under that misconception, and that is just it's not the case. So it would be great if we could, and it would be wonderful if Medicare would approve that, but they have not yet. Another one is hospice houses do not exist. I hear people talk about hospice houses. They think there is a place that when you come on hospice, the hospice is a place, and when you come on hospice, you go and you move there and you live there until you die. That does not exist. We have hospice inpatient facilities that patients go to in crisis or for what is called respite care, but it is very, very short term, and there are very strict regulations, and it is for symptom management only, and then the patient is sent back to their residence, wherever that may be. So there is not, once you're on hospice, you don't go to a home and stay there until you die. That's not how it works. So you remain in your home. And We do encourage that you don't go to the hospital, that you stay home and allow us to take care of you in the home. We're not just going to let you die. We're not just going to take everything away and stop feeding you. I mean, I've been asked, am I going to starve? Are we going to be able to give him water? Lots of things like that over the years. Yes, all of that. We don't want to change anything when we come on board. Hospice wants us to come in early so that by the time that you are in the active dying process, or the patient is in the active dying process, we can better manage them because we have had all of this time with them, and so we know what we need to do. And yes, the same medications are pretty much used across the board, although every patient is different. So that is hospice kind of in a nutshell. If you need more information specifically on that, then just let me know and I can get that to you. But that is what hospice is.